Yeah, by the way, I cut my hair. I'm starting over. I'm gonna let y'all see when I get my hair cut though. But y'all can tell by my head though. Like
Welcome to
usually,
Counterpoint, where we've made it our mission.
usually I have my cap on, my dreads to be hanging, man. So y'all won't think I'm capping. I ain't got no dreads, so this shit not cap. This shit not, you know. My head just it look like I got a fucking fade though. Let me just get an all around temp. That's what I need. But come on.
To share conversations that are honest, unscripted, and grounded in real
Oh yeah, by the way, make sure y'all go like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you new. And also the description, there go the Twitch link. You know what I'm saying? Click that motherfucker.
experience. We bring people with different
Goodbye.
perspectives to the same place for open debate and conversation. I'm your host, Ryan Price. And on today's episode, we have single men and single women. We now present to you Counterpoint. Nice guys finish last. We'll start by bringing up everyone that agrees now.
If you don't agree with this, just be wary of what is all over Netflix, propaganda on social media, etc. I mean, there's a
I ain't gonna lie, if you don't believe in this, you just a fucking moron. As a woman and you don't believe in this shit, there's something wrong with you. Cause you know. It's women that would tell you like right now, they don't want no nice guy. Or they didn't want no nice guy back in their day. Back in the heyday.
reason why majority of the women watch like movies like or shows like The Vampire Diaries, and they're obsessed with the bad guy Damon, and then Damon becomes good, and now they're all back on Stefan because he's the bad guy. I mean, it is literally a term that is known and thrown around society today and has been around for years on years. I mean, a perfect example is like, I have a couple guys that they're just extremely good gentlemen, treat their, they court their women, they take care of them, and the woman could just throw it right in their face like, yeah, sorry, you're too nice for me, and then they just leave them. So
I feel like he kind of just said all of it, to be real. I mean, I feel like in a couple times in my experience that's happened where I've been nice to a girl, and then like obviously like she passed me up for some dude who was like just trash, and like you chalk it up to the game. But like I've also had friends who have been in the same situation, so I feel like if it hasn't happened to you, you at least know somebody that it's happened to. So I do think it's a real thing.
I'm assuming the question is nice guys as in the guys on social media that whine about, oh, I'm such a good guy, I don't understand why no girl wants me. They do. They do finish last, but for good reason. They're usually not the best mates, if you know what I mean. They're obviously whining and crying for a reason. Like from what I see, not statistically, but from an anecdotal perspective, to kind of build up what you were saying, like the female fantasy is that guy who has that capacity for violence, that tameable monster kind of thing. We hear about that, I'm sure, on social media all the time. But I think those guys, they just haven't, either they are not tameable or they definitely just don't have that capacity for it. You know what I mean? They're those guys that like, yeah, oh, he can never hurt a fly. Well, that's not good, because sometimes you have to be strong. You have to be tough. One, life is hard, and two, if she wants to pick a mate, she's gonna want to pick a guy, like a traditional woman's gonna want to pick a guy that can defend her and her children that she might have one day. She's not gonna pick some guy who's keyboarding up, complaining about, oh, girls don't like me, it's because I'm 5'11". Well, I'm 5'10", and I can still talk to women. It's not that hard. Just because you're not 6 foot, they're looking for that tough guy that is able to still be a gentleman.
Don't be a dumbass, Remember what type of world we live in nowadays. Don't be a dumbass. Just don't be a dumbass. Please. I'm talking to my guys out there. Don't be a dumbass. Like, be aware of, like, see the shit. Accept the person for who they are. Okay? You have to, bro. You can't keep holding on to shit and the same shit keep happening. Uh, Looking, bro, come on, gang. You gotta. There's somebody out here for all of us, but you know, some of us just be like, fuck that shit. We don't, you know. That's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna be honest. Like me with the dating scene, I don't care about it. I don't. I'm gonna be
So
real.
yes, do
I'm
nice
gonna
guys
get
finish
to us about
last?
it.
The stereotypical kind, yes. Is it good that they finish last? Probably.
Okay.
I would argue too that majority of the time, like we're not saying that good guys don't always finish last. It's just the simple fact that like
No,
that
they always finish last. No, a nice guy, not a good guy. A nice guy, not a good guy. That's two different things. A good guy ain't gonna let you walk over, treat them like a doormat. A nice guy would do anything to just satisfy you and try to be the perfect nigga on the planet. But bro, you don't have to do that. You're not perfect, gang. You're going to fuck up. It's okay. Fuck what that bitch says. That bitch ain't perfect.
term exists. And a lot of the times, like what comes to mind for me is like the term simp. Like that's our good guy
Those are the good guys.
definition in today's
Nice
society.
guys.
So a lot of the times
Nice.
women look at guys and they're like, I don't want to be like overly pedestalized by this man. You know, I want somebody that's individual and takes care of his needs and then can also bring me along and then take care of me as well.
And I think that's a great time to hear what the women think. And our women. Quickly, I'm gonna get our last gentleman's comment and then
Good versus weak is what I was more referring to. When somebody says like the good guy finishes last, I don't necessarily agree with that.
They don't say the good guy. They never say the good guy finished last. Then nobody ever say good guys finish last. They say nice. Nigga, them two different things. A good person and a nice person is two different motherfuckers. A good guy, have morals, self-respect, not finna kiss nobody ass, and he know his worth. A nice guy just trying to make the bitch like trying to make the bitch, what's the word, chat? Trying to like just satisfy her, like trying to make her satisfied. Like trying to do everything in his power to make her happy. And bro, she's a female, gang. She's a female. You can't satisfy no damn female? That shit impossible. That shit impossible. That shit impossible. Nigga, that's like you trying to, let's say you in a Marvel movie, right? That's like you trying to fight a superhero and you not even in your superhero form. That's stupid as fuck. What is you doing? When are you going to activate and turn the fuck up and get on this nigga ass? That's like Superman not in his Superman form, but he's still trying to fight Kryptonite. Kryptonite finna tear this nigga into pieces.
I think that the weak men finish last. I think that the people that aren't seen as being able to support her properly or be able to stand in a position of relationship where she feels protected or comfortable or able to express herself the way that she wants to. And if you're going to sit there and be this good guy, what people think it's like more as this weak person who can't, provide their end of the relationship is what I typically see.
You don't know what the fuck he talking about. Everything he just said, that is not what the fuck it is, guy. Why does he keep saying good guy? Good guy and nice guys are two different things. Like, come on, bro.
So, because I know a lot of quote unquote good people that are in that finish line of like what I want, and like in marriages, you know, they have kids, they have families, all these things, are really great people, but they're not weak in the same sense too. So I guess
They
I'm more.
not nice, nigga. They not nice. That's not a nice guy. He's a good guy. Do you hear? Oh my God, bro. Nigga need help, man.
So agree, but it's what is your definition of good guy?
Yeah, it's in the wording. Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Okay, and just whoever would like to start over here.
I think I agree with what you guys said about putting a woman on a pedestal can kind of be a red flag. Past relationships, the nice guys in those.
The bitch said, I think I can agree. You think you can agree? Bitch. Listen, putting a woman, by the way, if you thinking putting a woman on a pedestal is going to like make you, like help you keep her, you fucking lost already. Don't put her on a pedestal. She's a fucking human being. She ain't put you on a pedestal. She ain't kissing the ground that you walk on and you provide, protect, you do everything for. How do that even make sense? Like, come on, bro. Calculate this shit up. Let's talk.
They did put me on a pedestal, and I feel like the lack of ambition for their own personal goals was a red flag. I'm a very ambitious person. I'm very career focused. I'm the youngest manager in
By
my
the way,
company,
all she
district
had
manager.
to do was tell them.
And so to have someone that settles for bare minimum, to me, that's a red flag. I have a lot of goals and dreams, and for someone that just kind of goes along with those but doesn't have their own, I think is a real turnoff for me. And I think that's what happened with those nice guys.
Okay, I feel like there's so many layers to the term nice guys finish last. For example, you'd mentioned like simp. I've actually never heard any woman around me refer to another man as a simp.
Okay.
I also reject the idea of needing like a super masculine man that's gonna come and save me and be my knight in shining armor. Yes, I'll read romance books where there's a strong man, but is that something that I actually want? No, when I genuinely tend to think of like masculine men or like someone who's overtly extremely masculine, I think domestic violence. So I tend to actually like.
I'm gonna just say this shit, and I'm talking to you, you dumb ass bitch. A man is in a man to be masculine. Man. It's a part of a man nature. Just how it's part of your nature to be feminine and submissive and shit. What the fuck? What the fuck type world do y'all live in, gang? What y'all talking about?
A more of a feminine guy and a nicer guy, but like one of the guys here had said earlier, I think a lot of guys say, "Oh, I'm nice. Why don't I have a girlfriend?"
She said my body
If
can't
all you have to
size,
bring to the
so
table is the
shit.
fact that you're nice and nothing else outside of
Whoa,
that, that's not
wait,
enough for me to
wait.
just like have
Okay,
a
this shit
relationship.
gonna be a
Like,
good one.
I've talked to nice guys. I would hope that my
Whoa,
partner
wait.
would eventually be a nice person, but
Why
because
would you want your partner to be nice? He's gonna get walked over on. Like, listen to this stupidity ass shit. It's the most dumbest shit ever. I want my partner to be nice. What? So you can control him? Oh my God, this shit is pathetic. This shit is sick.
you are nice, you are somehow below the guys that are like pieces of I don't believe that. I feel like the women that are attracted to that are attracted to the trauma of it all. And if you understand like how trauma plays in relationships, you'll understand that like if you're a nice guy, look for a nice girl, not a girl that wants to go there with you. And I don't think it's true that nice guys finish last. Again, I think a lot of guys.
She said she don't think it's true, but it been proven decades, plenty of decades. Like, it been proven hella decades, gang. Nigga, you been a nice guy, guess what happened? Your bitch get fucked. A nigga like Future will be fucking your bitch, and she coming back kissing on you and shit. After she done swallowed this man kid. Had this man hold dick and balls down her throat. And she coming back home to put her lip and tongue in your mouth. You nigga better get this shit together, cuz.
Frame themselves as being nice guys, and then they go, I gave you food, why didn't you have sex with me? It's like, it's not really like, usually I feel like in most cases it's just nice. There's usually like a devil tail hiding behind somewhere.
But I would argue in the sense of like what you stated, that majority of the men that are quote unquote feminine aren't looking to protect you in any like way, shape or form, in the sense that like, yeah, they might, in your opinion, like you might be traumatized from quote unquote masculine men, but when you're in danger, who's the first person that you call to come save you?
I call my blicky. So and this is funny because
Stop. She trying so hard, bro. You don't do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. On God, she ain't gonna do nothing. The fuck is you talking? You not gonna do nothing. A nigga that's out here wild as hell in the streets, man, that nigga will do your ass so bad. Your ass ain't gonna know what to do. Oh God, that man will do your ass so bad. So you mean to tell, this bitch mean to tell me if a nigga run up on her, give me everything you got, this bitch gonna reach for her gun? Why a nigga got a gun to her head? Is you stupid? Hell no, gang. She's dumb. Or somebody breaking her house. She's a liar. She put on the front. I can see straight through her. This is like, this is what we be saying about you hoes. You don't know how to stay in your place.
I was in a conversation, but I recently had to get a gun. I also, throughout media, we see time and time again, there was a little girl that was recently kidnapped in Arkansas, and she was like 13 years old, and she asked the men, can you help me? Can you help me? She went to 2 different places. None of the men helped her. In most situations, I actually don't feel like men are protectors. I feel like men are protective over things that they feel like they own. I don't genuinely feel like most men are just like, oh, why would you protect today's society of women, and when you do try to like stick up for them, they still kick you down and treat you like shit. Like, bro, don't nobody got time to play with you hoes. It's not my fault that yo crazy ass or whatever, the nigga is a fucking psychopath. It's not my fault. I can't do nothing for you. I don't know you. I'm not helping you. Be a knight in shining armor. In fact, in most situations where I've had aggressive men speak to me in aggressive ways, the people that have stood out to me the most have gone like, they've been women for me. Like, I don't feel a sense of protection when men are around.
Do you think society promotes that though? Do you think the way that women, not just women, but I guess society in a whole, they discourage men from wanting to step in and protect and do all these other things because you see so many, I guess, downsides for when a guy steps in, the way that he does it or the way that he's protected somebody. Society is blaming him for, doing it in an incorrect way or whatever it may be. What also kind of shines a light on that is the times that you do see when people call domestic violence situations, those that guy's a man, he has testosterone, he's probably physically stronger than a lot of those people. That doesn't mean he's a strong man. Like that's a weak dude that's sitting there causing violence and trauma onto certain people. But
he'll get on your ass. He'll get on your ass. You wanna know why? He been through shit. Niggas done been through shit with these women to understand that these women are not who they say they are. Gang, like, come on, bro. And that's all that I'm saying, bro. Niggas done been, if you see a nigga that treat her like Future, for example, he knows, he done been through shit with women. He done dealt with a whole bunch of women to the point where he knows these bitches are the same. Excuse my language. It's true. Look what type of gender. Man, we got a man, nigga. You meet a nigga. Your first time touching a hoe. She asking you to buy her something to eat. A grown ass woman asking you just met her. You don't know nothing about her. You just met her and she asking, can you buy her some food? Bro, what the fuck? That's crazy as hell. What?
You see a lot of society discourage men from being in, I guess, that traditional role of being a protector. That's probably why you see a lot of men not doing that now, is because they are discouraged to do so.
And that's where I get back to my point. That is a weak mindset in my opinion. If you feel like you are a protector, no matter who's saying if society's telling you, oh, you protected wrong, it wouldn't matter if your values were like in the fact that like you wanted to like protect people. I don't think society should have a way of shaming you into not believing in what you believe in. Because if you are able to be like maneuvered by society in a way like that, I don't think that's a deep core value you have. That's like something that people told you were a protector, people told you were a provider, and you built that mindset. And then you had a few women that were like,
You are. What the fuck is she saying? That's why we are here. That's why we are men. That's why we work. That's why we do the thing we do. That's why, man. That's why it's more successful men than successful women. What the fuck what the fuck is she talking about? It's in a man nature to it's in a man. It's in a man to lock in, work on himself, build himself up. That's the only way he's going to get far in life. It's the only way he's going to get some type of respect around this bitch. The fuck is she talking about, man? I got some, like, you don't listen to a woman. A woman can tell you shit about a man. What the fuck is what?
I don't actually want you to protect me. And now you're oh yeah, I'll just let the woman on the subway get stabbed. Like, I don't know. It's just like, if you truly morally like actually felt a way about that, it wouldn't matter who. It wouldn't matter if my mom, it wouldn't matter if God said something. If you truly felt that way, your behavior wouldn't change. If your behavior changes based on societal like circumstances.
Did y'all just hear what this woman just said? Go back to what.
It's just like, if you truly morally like actually felt a way about that, it wouldn't matter who. It wouldn't matter if my mom, it wouldn't matter if God said that. People told you were a protector, people told you were a provider, and you built that mindset. And then you had a few women that were like, I don't actually want you to protect me. And now you're oh yeah, I'll just let the woman on the subway get stabbed. Like,
You goddamn right. Wow, bitch, I'm gonna let you get stabbed. You just said you don't want me to protect you. Okay. Shit, fuck you. And you wanna know what that is? Karma. You just heard what you said? Say you don't want a man to protect you, then something happened to you, you screaming, help, help, help. No, I don't know. I'm not helping you.
I don't know. It's just like, if you truly morally like actually felt a way about that, it wouldn't matter who. It wouldn't matter if my mom, it wouldn't matter if God said something. If you truly felt that way, your behavior.
She black with blonde hair. That should tell you everything about this hoe.
Your wouldn't change. If your behavior changes based on societal like circumstances, then I don't think that's like a true traditional like core value.
I get what you're saying, and I do agree, like, in the sense, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, where like, if you think you're a protector, right, and you see something going wrong, like, if that's your value, you should protect them, right? Then on the same side of that coin to what they were saying, like, you see it all the time on social media, the little TikToks and shit, like, a girl drop her purse, drop her wallet, the dude picks it up and he goes to give it to her, she's like, I have a boyfriend. And then it's like, dude, like, what the, like, I'm just trying to help you. So it's like, the media and stuff portrays that a lot. So I'm not saying like.
And that is real life.
I'm not saying, like, I'm just saying it's like, You know what I'm saying? Like some people could get caught between that because it's like, yo, like I want to help you, but it's like, you know, they've seen so much of the media where it's like, well, if I go to help it, it's gonna instantly backfire me. Like that prime example, like trying to give the wallet, I have a boyfriend. It's like, I'm not trying to holler at you. I'm just trying to give you your wallet that you dropped. Like I could have robbed you, ran off with your cash, but I'm trying to do the right thing.
We can talk about it, but first we need to get their first statements and also kind of bring it back to the prompt itself, right? I mean, this is great. It's just let's get to the prompt and then this will come out from after that, right? So let's get yours and then it's all you.
If these women not gonna be like 100% real with themselves and everybody in this room, they don't need to be here. They don't, cause I would've, if I was there, bro, I would've instantly be like, "What the fuck is y'all talking about?" Like, if we gonna talk about this shit, let's speak facts. Let's get people in here that know, like, from both end of the stick. Only reason why we doing shit, cause y'all do shit worse. Y'all doing it first. Y'all hiding shit, y'all sneaky. Y'all doing a whole bunch of fuck shit and playing innocent. Y'all acting like them billionaires, gang. Y'all acting like them white mans and shit. Jeffrey Epstein's and shit like that. Doing what you doing, but in public, no, I'm a good person. I love God. I love blah, 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 blah. Whole time, you're not that person. You moving behind closed doors, you moving soulless as fuck.
Yes.
No, I disagree because I think, you know, like kind of like what you were saying, like there's a difference between good and weak. I want a nice guy. I want a good guy, you know, I want that quality. But
You hear what she's saying? She want a nice guy. They want a nice guy because they know they can control. You see what I'm saying? They want a nice guy because they know they can mind manipulate. They can control shit. And that's not a woman place.
have to be able to, they can't just be so passive, you know, they can't just, it's kind of like the idea of like, oh, they're put on a pedestal, but what are you providing? You know, it's like, great, put me on a pedestal, but let me also put you on a pedestal, match my energy. Like, let's put each other on a pedestal and build each other up. But I think, you know, there's a vast majority of women, myself included, that like, you know, good guys, want to be treated well, but also want like a man that's going to meet their energy. Like, I'm a strong woman. I need someone that's going to match that. So I do like femininity in men. I think that's a wonderful quality, but there needs to be.
And man, can't no man be feminine. What the fuck is she talking about? That's impossible. The only reason why a nigga is feminine because he's a bitch. Ain't no real man. You cannot, on my life, you cannot sit up here and sit at a table full of real men and be like, I love feminine man. Them man finna tell that woman, get the fuck out they faces, cuz. Bitch, get the fuck out my face. You can't, as a man, you're not supposed to be feminine. As a man, gang. What is you talking about? Nigga, you're masculine. Nigga, that's your job. Like, that's you. That's your true self. Nigga. You can't be no feminine. You gonna be feminine for it. The fuck? Now when they call you gay and shit, now you really, nah, nigga, nah, cause that's how you moving. This bitch just saying, she's saying some stupid shit.
A balance, just like within me, there needs to
Bro,
be.
I gotta see this comment section real quick. Wait, I love how the women's, okay. All these niggas is cutting up in this bitch. Yeah, we gotta keep watching. You just gotta keep watching.
Balance of my femininity and masculine qualities as well too. So it's all about balance and matching energy, I think.
as pertaining to the prompt, I feel like it's just a certain level of attraction because like I feel like this is just me personally. I don't know if they agree with this, but if I see you and I'm personally attracted to you, you could be the shittiest person in the world or you could be the best person in the world. As long as I have that like attraction to you and you don't it up, then we should be cool. And then I also feel like it's just this certain level of like masculinity. It's the difference between being comfortable in your masculinity and feeling like very toxic in it to where you feel like you have to be this certain person or be this certain thing or women are going to look at you as you're weak or this, that, and the third. Like, honestly, like me personally, I do want a masculine man. I want a man to sit there. I want to be led. As a woman, I feel like my job as a woman is to be led, not to be
What the
controlled. But
fuck?
if you telling me I'm doing this for your good, I'm gonna at least take a step back and be like, okay, is he doing this for my good? Does he even have the qualities to lead me? Is he even able to be put in that position? So when we talk about all these nice guys, it's like you said, the difference between nice and weak. It's like, are you just doing this as a tactic of control? Or are you doing this because you really want to see me shine? You really want to see me grind?
There's something I want to see what you guys thought of because based on like my understanding of looking into it,
Let's
it comes
stop this. You want to see me grinding, bro? Stop, cause the whole time, bro, the nigga is paying for everything, gang. Come on, man. Only when it's time is it like a 50-50 type of shit is when y'all both got your shit going on, and that's rarely in this generation, nigga. Come on, man. I guess these some different type of women. But I'm saying straight through this shit.
down to like presentable value. So like if he's in a relationship with you and he's like putting you all the time, number one, I love you, beautiful, all this all the time, not really anything about him. They say that would be him projecting that he has no value. Like you have all the value. No offense, I'm not saying you actually, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and men or women, they both walk away from people that provide too much of that validation. And I also read it's because people think that we want love, but what we really want is reward. So like it would hit a lot harder like a slot machine if you lose every time than you win. You feel really good. If that person's terrible to you most of the time or not available most of the time, but then they are, it hits so much harder. And that's what we're really looking for. At least unhealed and immature people, which is a lot of the population regardless of the age. What do you guys think about that?
I agree with that.
Kind of build off what you just said. Sorry. Go ahead. Okay. You just said something really interesting. You said people want a reward. Well, usually reward always comes after challenge. So I think what really people want is they always want a challenge, but not an impossible challenge, but one that they know they can overcome. So I think a good partner does that. They challenge you. They challenge you to get better about your mental and physical health. They challenge you to get better about, building a family. They want you to challenge you about getting better about building wealth, building something together that you can pass on to your kids. So I think that's really what people want. And so like kind of going back to what we were talking about, putting somebody on a pedestal. When you put her on a pedestal, like you said, it doesn't challenge you at all. So that's why you get bored. Like look at people who don't have any challenges in their life, kids that, the trust fund kids that grow up but have everything handed to them. They end up just going through life doing nothing productive.
A woman's body count matters more than a man's. We'll start by bringing up
That shit fat.
everyone that agrees now. I'm gonna start with you.
This is not to disregard the fact that men can be splits. That's not what I'm trying to say, but honestly, when I think about it, women mature a lot faster. Women really know what they're doing. And I don't mean to shame or anything like that, but I feel like it gets to a point.
You see, all them hoes in the back, they know this shit true. They just don't want to get looked at like they delusional, gang. That is a proven fact. Why you think when a nigga cheat on his bitch stay, and a nigga that got common sense find out his bitch cheat, he run away. Come on, gang. Come on.
I feel like when it comes to like sexual relationships and sexual intimacy, that's supposed to be with somebody that you truly feel intimate with. And I know that not a lot of men feel that way, honestly, and they'll probably lay down with anything. But I feel like as a woman, you know who you want to give your body to and who you don't want to give your body to.
Doing that. We don't. I know some niggas. Like I guarantee you, like most niggas don't even like do that. Like we don't lay down with it. Anything. Some niggas do, but Just say some man.
body too. So it's like when you're going outside of that comfort zone so much, or you've built this like tolerance to
talk
just
about
sex to where
how
it means
you can't
absolutely
just
nothing to
say,
you,
"She got
it's
a
like that. I don't
vagina,
think that's
I
a
have
good
a
sign.
dick."
So no, I'm not trying to say
Come
that
on.
like a woman's value diminishes the more bodies that she has or anything like that. That's
It do.
not what I'm saying.
It do. It do. Like, it do. It do, though. It do. It do. It actually do. The more men you have intercourse with, the more your value drop. That's facts. The more women a man have intercourse with, his value increase. Why you think a lot of women want Future? A lot of women want Young Boy. A lot of women want Drake. What do you think? What do you think? Like, the man that be having all the women, all the baby mamas still get all the women. They like that shit. They look at that like a good thing. Most women, like 90% of women, look at that like, oh my God, I gotta see what he talking about. Real shit.
But I feel like as a woman, you are kind of held to this standard. Like you should hold yourself to a standard is really what I should be saying. Like you should know not everybody needs to see your body. Not everybody needs to be in your body. Not everybody needs to know who you are on a personal and on an intimate level, because as a woman, that's supposed to be reserved for your man. You feel me? So maybe if all your sexual relationships have been inside of intimate, real relationships, yes. But when you just out and about and just and ducking, I can't support that. I guess that's my opinion on it.
Okay. And is there one of you gentlemen that's ready to just get going?
Yeah, I'll get it going. I feel like a key that opens a lot of locks is a master key, and a lock that opens for any keys is a lock. So, do what you want with that.
So I'll chime off of that just because it's really simply put. There's a lot of things that you could talk about in this conversation, but women control the sexual market. They control the dating scene. So if you are in control of that situation or that scene, if you're
They
allowed
have the keys to sex, we have the keys to commitment. That's facts. That's a real thing.
yourself to have a multitude of men come into your life, have sex with you, and then they leave you, yeah, that's a red flag for a man who's looking for a woman with a lower body count. Now, with that being said, to add on top of that, statistically speaking, women who sleep with men...
Women love men that have experience. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
like 5 men or more
are
more likely to divorce in their first marriage. It's like almost, I think, up to 80%.
Where's that stat from?
Oh, well, we can pull it up after. That's fine.
Okay, I got
There's
you.
a multitude of different statistics that back that up. But yeah, I mean, end of the story, like a key that opens up a bunch of locks, like they present a ton of value. So, and I would like to refute off of what you said. You said that men can be, and I would disagree with that. I would say men are the makers, because at the end of the day, a man has a ton of value. He's going to be able to be with a ton of women, right? But they're presenting themselves to him. Because at the end of the day, like...
Dumbass hoe, you don't need... Like, it's so funny when these women think they know. They don't know. Bitch, what? We create the sluts.
In today's dating market, sexual market, women control it. So if men have that value and they're having sex with a lot of women, yeah, their body count isn't going to matter necessarily, to other men, but a lot of men in that way would look up to them and be like, dang, he gets a lot of women, so he has value. And then the same thing with women. They're going to look at him and be like, dang, a lot of women want him, so I like what does he present that allows him to obtain this many women? So yes,
Yeah.
in that regard.
I think I might have to just disagree with that just for a second. And I know I moved up here, so I know that I agree with the prompt, but I just have to disagree with that in a sense, because if I get with a man and I ask him, like, mind you, body count does not necessarily mean too much to me, but it means a little bit, you feel me? So it's like, if I get with a man and I'm like, what's your body count? And he's like,
You acting like a nigga got walls and shit. He have a penis. She's dumb as fuck. She's dumb. Oh my God.
25. I mean, like, dang, it's only 4 seasons in a year. You only 25 years old yourself. So it just makes me think, like, what situation
That's rarely.
could you have possibly put yourself into that you would have gave yourself up that much? Because I do think that a man's body count matters.
No,
I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but I'm saying, like, at the same way that I'm supposed to value myself and who I give my body to, as a man, that doesn't mean that you don't supposed to value yourself as well.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you at all. I think a majority of men do like try to conserve their body count to be low, but a lot of people don't. In today's society, a lot of times you see people go out to the clubs and enjoy that nightlife, and that's what they do. Now, I'm talking in a general perspective. This isn't a personal perspective. So personally for me, yeah, low body count for myself, but I'm saying in general, most women are going to inherently, you know, it's something to be, you know, wary of is your body count, because a lot of men who are conservative, who are religious, you know, they're gonna look at you and be like, well, if you got 10 bodies, like, why would I marry you? Like, there's no need to do that. So yeah.
That's what I would speak on, is like when you sit there and you think about a girl's perspective on it and a guy's perspective on it. Like, a guy's perspective is they do value that somebody hasn't gone out and slept with a bunch of people and, you know, given a lot of that to other people. Where a lot of women, and not like specific humans that I want to point out, but I just know generally there's a lot of girls that are out there that's
alpha males up here, gang. We need some men that like know about some shit, gang. They know, but they trying to. Y'all don't see what they doing. They trying to like pander to the bitches, like trying to switch it up. Like, yeah, I don't disagree. But no, bitch, I disagree. That's wrong. And you know what you're saying is wrong, though. You know that. You know that. Because if that's the case, if women cared about a man's body count, why Future got all these baby mamas and girlfriends and more women that want to come and, you know, be around him, have sex with him, do shit with him. You know? Why is that? Because you want to know why y'all look at that as like a golden fucking token. Like, y'all like niggas like that. A guy that don't have experience, he's not doing shit. A bitch will look at him and be like, you ain't talking about that. I don't think you hit on that. You ain't hit on that. You don't even have experience. I want a man with some experience. It's what they say, gang. That's the whole thing. They addicted to a nigga lifestyle. They obsessed with the lifestyle, gang. Whoever got the spotlight, that's where they want to be.
say, oh, well, I can sleep with whoever until I'm this age, and then I'll decide I'm going to settle down. And they don't realize that a lot of men inherently do not value that. They value that they've held themselves to a certain standard, and they don't, you know, just give themselves up. That's not to say that men shouldn't do the same thing, though. Like, I also, in the same sense, think that men should also not be just going around sleeping with a ton of different people, and then when they decide, oh, I'm going to settle down now, that, you know, it's not going to matter to that person as well. Like, I think in a marriage, both of you should limit that amount of people that you've been with or that you've slept with, because kind of to your point earlier when you said like somebody slept with so many people that they lose that connection to be able to, if you're intimate with somebody, you can't connect with them the same way that it's supposed to be and what God intended it for. So if you're going to sit there and diminish that gift that we've been given, then it's not going to mean something to you. And then back to Nico's point, it's like, well, now because you don't cherish that, or you don't feel the same connection that you should, people are more likely to get divorced because they don't get the connections that sex was intended for.
I think a little more tactful way to put what you're saying is kind of women, like we've also kind of touched on already, is women are the gatekeepers also, like you said. You guys are the gatekeepers of the opportunity to mate. So I think on the surface level, if you're willing to have a high body count and sleep with all these different guys, then obviously your standards for what you are going to be intimate with are a lot lower. That's just how that works. To go on a little bit of a deeper level, and I think more from your guys' perspective, is sex is way riskier for women than it is men, right? Anything that can happen to a woman after a bad sexual encounter can happen to a man, and then some. You know what I mean? Like the big thing being an unwanted pregnancy. Like that's a huge risk for women, right? Yeah, we have a bunch of,
And then, by the way, they have options, and they choose to keep the baby. They're not forced to keep a baby. They're not, unless they dealing with a Diddy, Shane Combs type of nigga. A Diddy type of nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Contraceptive.
I don't want you to keep my baby if I slip up. No. Let's go. Let's find a plan B.
But still, it
I
still
got the
happens.
best
I mean,
plan.
how many times do we hear about it? So there is that. You said, a man's body count does matter. I think it does matter. I think if I remember correctly.
Nigga, no, it don't. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Shut your dumb ass up, cuz. I said sucker shit. You see? He doing it again.
I think almost everybody here is Gen Z. I'm
No,
probably
it
the
do
only
not.
millennial here in the room.
But I ain't gonna sit up here and just make it seem like you can have, you know what I'm saying? You can look at it like respect, like that's a good thing to do, but a man body count don't matter because we have a penis, man. We don't have a vagina. So you mean a dick can be loose? What gonna happen to a nigga dick if he fuck 50 hoes? Nothing. It's not gonna fall off. Niggas there's plenty of niggas out here that done fuck 10,000 bitches. And they still good. Know what I mean? Bro, this shit don't fucking matter. But with a woman, she have a vagina. So it's a little different. You don't want to be fucking up loose pussy. No, you don't. You know you don't want that. That's not good. You want some shit tight and right. You don't want no shit loose and whammed out. Like, you don't want that shit. You don't want no ran through woman.
99.
Yeah, I'm 94, so not 94 years old, but I know I look at it, but I feel it. But it is one of those things that I've noticed too that I actually admire Gen Z for is a lot less of them are going and throwing themselves around than what I saw, like even just, maybe 10 years prior, going through school of like, girls would be bragging about the guys they've slept with, guys would be bragging about the girls they slept with. You don't see that as much anymore. So that's a way that I'm seeing society heal itself a little bit.
That has everything to do with our entire generation is in a spotlight now. Like
Exactly.
Every single thing you do,
It's on social.
like everybody knows about it. If you're out with a
Exactly.
guy, there's going to be a post about it. If you're out with a ton of different girls, like you're going to see posts about it.
Exactly.
And everyone's constantly worried about that image that they have. So like, you don't get to just fly under the radar and do all these crazy things anymore as much as you used to.
With all this talk about women, I think it might be valuable to hear what the women think.
Say some dumb shit.
I'm glad to hear that when I was standing back there that it got brought up that body count should matter for men too. Because I think it's
Don't matter, Samantha. What are you? I'm gonna go in. Now I'm finna go to, y'all know who I'm finna go to, my granddad. Yeah, Chad. Let me tell you what my granddaddy just said. He's a real deal player, nigga. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I'm gonna let you know that. He's a player. He just told me, no, it don't matter. He said that shit dumb as fuck for a woman to even say this shit. Samantha, you get donkey of the motherfucking century. And that's how say some shit like, it don't matter. You get donkey of the fucking universe, bitch. You a donkey ass bitch. Your brain full of fucking air. What the fuck? Why do you want a nigga that don't got experience? That shit not gonna be good for women. But let's keep going.
It's important that because to me, sex is an energy exchange. So you have to be able to, like, I want to make sure that you have good energy before I give you that part of myself, right? Like, and that we can be reciprocal in that. I wasn't always like that, you know? I suffered a lot of trauma from a young age. So my adolescence was a little risky. So does body
Saying right now she's a whore.
count matter? No, because my body count, while it might have been on the higher side because of decisions I made as a teen.
What? What the fuck? Bro, no way she just said that.
Wasn't always like that, you know? I suffered a lot of trauma from a young age, so my adolescence was a little risky. So does body count matter? No.
Do body count matter? No, but in the beginning, she said a man body counts matter. Man, I'm finna end this fucking video, bro. What in the fucking hypocrite? What the fuck, bitch? What is you? What? What is she saying? Bro, what the fuck? Bro, do y'all hear this shit, gang? I don't think y'all hear this shit. Oh my God, what the Be honest, do y'all hear what the fuck I'm hearing? I'm tripping, gang. Like, I'm bugging the fuck out, right? I can't be tripping. How can you say a man body count matter? You turn around and say, do body count matters? No. What? Bitch, what are you talking about?
Because my body count, while it might have been on the higher side because of decisions I made as a teenager, you know, that shouldn't be held to me.
Didn't I just say she's probably a whore? Didn't I say she's a whore? Didn't I just say that? I just said that before she said any of this shit. I said she's a whore. Because you want to know how I know? Because, nigga, I done dealt with multiple women to read. I know how to read them, gang. These women are trying to so-called, I'm changing to a new person. Baby, your pussy is like the front door and the back door. You wide as hell. Nobody want this shit.
me now because I've done the work, I've healed, I've grown. I no longer do that. So I don't want to judge anybody for decisions that they've made in their past. I don't want to judge anybody. A body count shouldn't matter because if you're
What? Oh my God! What
if you're
the
making those
fuck?
decisions now of going out and sleeping around with everybody, then yeah, that matters. But because of maybe something that you did when you were a teenager and because of whatever reason, trauma, whatever, shouldn't
Please
be
get me
held
on one of
against a
these
person now. That shouldn't
videos. Please do
devalue
a part
them
2 and
because
get me,
who I was
please,
at
please, please.
13, 14, 15 years old is not who I am now as, you know, a grown adult. That is where for me it's like, does body count really matter in that regard? No, because I'm not going to judge you for where you've been. I want to see you where
You just said a man body count matters, though. You just said that. What the fuck? She just said a man body count matters. Bro, what the fuck wrong with this whole?
you are now. So what are you doing now? If you're doing that now, then that's fine. Go live your life. I don't agree with that personally, and I'm not living my life that way. But you know, I'm not going to judge somebody for what they've done in their past per se in terms of the decisions because of whatever reason. Like in my case, trauma and abuse, which then triggered it to become, you know, more of a pattern rather, you know. So we should, you know, not hold people to things that they've done in the past.
No.
I like to
Fuck
state
that.
I've been celibate for a year.
We don't believe that shit. You's a liar. That's the wrong word to use. You haven't been celibate for a year. Stop. We not believing that shit. I like to state I've been celibate for a year. Looking at you a lie, bitch. And guess what? And guess what, bitch? And guess what, bitch? Guess what? The sky red. It ain't blue. It's red. What the fuck? And the grass is blue. Dumbass, so we don't believe. I like to state I've been celibate for a year. A year. I was celibate for a year. Liar.
just before I start this, but with the lock and key statement that was
She's a whore too.
made earlier, I think this is a mindset that men hold. To a lot of men, body count does matter, but I think a lot of women aren't also wanting a lot of
Because it's a part of y'all value. What the fuck? That's y'all value. That shit. Like the more man y'all let in inside of y'all, the more your value decrease, gang. Your value just drop. The more man. So if you got 100 bodies, a nigga ain't looking at you like, damn, I want her to be my wife. No, he's not. He looking just to fuck. You might say that shit, just tell her what you want to hear and bust it down. Get out of there. You see what I'm saying? Easy. Easy peasy. But I don't do that. I'm not fucking a bitch that got 100 bodies. I'm not putting my dick in there. I wouldn't even fuck a bitch that got 7 bodies. No, I won't. I rarely want to do 6.
men that are on the market. And personally, like for me, the same group of people that talk about having like post-nut clarity is never somebody I would ever take sexual advice from.
Every man have that though. Like, what the fuck? We cannot have that. Every man, I'm pretty sure every man have that. When you fuck a bitch and then when you nut, you be thinking to yourself like, why the fuck did I fuck her? That's yourself telling you, nigga, stop. Focus on yourself. She wasn't even worth your energy, gang. That's yourself telling you that. That's your higher self telling you that. Remember that shit, gang. That's your higher self telling you. Focus on yourself. She wasn't even worth having intercourse with. She wasn't even worth sucking your dick. What are you doing? You ain't even supposed to link with this individual. But you went against the grain. That's your higher self telling you something, gang. Posting.
because I've never experienced that a day in my life.
Because you are a woman. You're not going to experience what we experience. You dumbass.
If I had sex with somebody, if I looked at something, I never thought, maybe shouldn't have done that after. Like, I was decisive in my choices of giving my body to someone. And the same way we talk about a lock and a key, I personally don't want a lollipop that everyone has put in their mouth. So it's like, you can say, oh, you know, it's different for men and women.
She's a liar, man. This bitch is a liar, man.
But an extremely lustful man who has slept with multiple people, I think will continue that lustful behavior. And we've seen this with celebrity relationships. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. I mean, like, you can be as good of a wife if
So, what the fuck? So, that ain't got nothing to do with you? It don't got nothing to do with you. That don't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
you can. And if you have a lustful man by you, he will pick the not choosable woman, the woman that is not marriage material, and he'll still cheat behind your back and go cheat with the one that is easily accessible. So I think like this whole, also, if I lie to
He's a man. That's what men do. That's man shit. It's man shit. Like I'm tired of this shit. Like when a man cheat is that's what men do. Jesus had, if you so-called read the Bible, you will know they was pimping hoes, nigga. They had hoes. They had multiple wives. Nigga, still to this day in different countries. They have multiple wives, man. And not now one of their wives have another husband, nigga. It's only United States of America let women just be so freely and da-da-da-da-da. This shit was never like this, okay? I'm telling y'all right now, this shit was never like this. This shit was never how it is. Like, oh, a guy's supposed to just be with one woman and a woman's supposed to be with one man. No, a man can have multiple wives, gang. It's just, I'm not telling you to do that shit now because it's wicked out here. Nigga, you might catch all type of shit. Back then, it was safer because women wonder how they are. They didn't operate like this.
you and tell you my body count is something that it's not, you have no way to prove that I'm not like telling the truth. So at the end of the day, I think it's truly a mental thing. If you're and tell you my body count is something that and go cheat with the one that is easily accessible. So I think like this whole, also, if I lie to you and tell you my body count is something that it's not, you have no way to prove that I'm.
It's easy to prove it, bitch. You just said if I lie to you, that what most women do. That's what most women do. So he going to look at the next one when he run into you, he's going to understand like 9 times out of 10 she's lying. It called experience. Past. Let me not fall for this again with this one. Like, what is she talking about? She's stupid.
Not like telling the truth. So at the end of the day, I think it's truly a mental thing. If you're gonna say I want a partner who isn't sexually all over the place, you should hold that same standard for yourself. Because to think that you're gonna get into a relationship and all that's gonna be magically gone, I think is like.
Nigga, bitch, if you were a multi-millionaire hoe, you ain't gonna tell him no shit like that, bitch. You just go cry and all that shit. That nigga go do a little something for you, fuck you good, and y'all back no more, and he go back to fucking hoes. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is wrong with her, girl? Like, straight up, bro. Like, bro, get this bitch out the building, please.
I think it's really
She's
silly.
black with
If you
blonde
are
hair,
a
bro.
creature and you have sex with just about anything just to get your rocks off. In a relationship, you're probably not going to be able to just tone that down. Or
I'm in a relationship and a person asks me their body count, they're not the person for me. I think that's
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go back to her. I ain't gonna lie, baby. You just look like a fucking slut. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Red lipstick, slutness. Got your little jewelry on, you got this going, you got, you know what I'm saying? You look like a whore.
I'm in a relationship and a person asks me their body count, they're not the person for me. I think that's very childish behavior. As long as you're tested, we're adults. I don't really.
How is it childish for trying to figure out what type of woman you're dealing with? Like, do you hear this shit? It's childish because I want to know what type of woman I'm dealing with. I need to know what type of woman I'm dealing with. I don't even ask for body counts. I already know I'm real. Because how I look at things and how I move, I know this woman is not my future wife, man. I don't see her in my future. I'm not even thinking about that right now. And I know for a fact she's not a part of my future. On God, nigga. If a bitch ever say this shit to you, you might as well just block her.
really care. I'm not saying I'm going out and being with everybody, but I'm very to myself as a person. And if I
You're a
choose you, I
liar.
chose you for a reason.
No,
But again, with the
she's a
lustful
liar.
thing, if you're having sexual encounters with 100 people, it probably shows in other aspects of your life, and not wanting or not having enough in other aspects. And then also the energy exchange. I think giving yourself's body, both men and women, to someone, it definitely plays a part in your mental health. That's why everyone, no matter what gender, should be cautious of what you're getting yourself into. But also women are at risk for higher sexual assault, rape. And I don't think it's anybody's place to tell them. But also women are at risk for higher sexual assault, rape. And I don't think it's anybody's place to tell.
Men are too. Men are too. Men done got molested by their aunties, mom friends, sister big friends, sister friends and shit like that. Big cousins and shit like their mom, all that shit. Like, come on, gang. Like, it ain't just y'all that done had that done to y'all, gang. Plenty of men out here, when they was a kid, they got touched by a older woman. Facts. So don't do all that little, we ain't falling for that shit now. 'Cause that shit go both ways too. My homeboy had an experience like that when he was younger. His mom friend touched him, like, inappropriately. Like, you know? I swear to God, it's true. His mom even said it. She used to literally, on some real shit, chat. I ain't gonna even get to all that. That shit disgusting, because he was a kid.
Tell them how they should heal. Whether that is, again, it's not the most unhealed version, but sleeping with people to get their power back, there's no room to judge on how someone heals. It might not be the right way, but to me, I'm not going to judge anybody for doing that.
Usually it's the man who presents the question and it's the girl who says yes or no.
Correct.
And if it's the other way around, it's basically, unconsensual, which is not.
Yeah, I only said that just 'cause I don't want it to be confused.
I thought I was hearing that wrong. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. Because I think, and I think to kind of look at it like, do men create it? I doubt it, because in nature, in every other creature, basically, every other species, the female ends up selecting. So I would say that it's a trend, so I think it's a safe assumption that it's the same for humans as well.
I would agree.
So you would agree? Would I'm curious to see your answer. Would you agree that women allow access?
I think, yes.
What the fuck you mean you think it's true? What the fuck? You going, man? Man, if a bitch say, man, if I hear a bitch say they disagree on this bitch with this, on God, I'm ending the video.
But also, if a man's asking 100 people, then
Well, who's to say he's asking? I mean, he could
Well,
just,
then
it could
something
just be.
sensual.
But the reason why
How
I
would
ask
you
is
know? What is she talking?
it's just because you brought up the STD and the STI,
Yeah.
scenario. But like,
And
if
women, the one that carry that shit.
women are presenting that they're answering the question to men asking,
Don't no man have more sex. Average man don't have more sex than the average woman. Facts. Facts, nigga. Facts. That shit facts, gang. Come on, bro. Like, what the fuck?
hey, the
They
man
acting
grabbing
like they gotta be dealing with celebrities and shit. Like, bitch, is you dealing with celebrities and shit? Cause you dealing with an average man? Not even like, I mean, by the way, you're not even average, but I'm saying like, if you don't have access to multiple women, and I'm not gonna sit up here and act like you doing something wrong, gang. I'm not gonna say that shit, cause you're not, and that's a good thing. I don't need you. I don't need for the fellas to look like, oh, why I can't get pussy, bro. Chill out, bro. The time's coming. Just chill. Don't think about that shit. That's not what you need to be worried about at this moment, at this time in life. That's why the universe got something bigger and better for you, gang. Just keep pushing. Keep going. Your time will come. But if you keep thinking about it, doing little shit to yourself and shit, you ain't gonna never,
I have sex with you, and she's like, yeah, right. She's allowing the access for sex to happen. So majority of the time, it's predominantly women who are having sex more, which is why that STI and the STDs are spreading more.
Duh.
In accordance to your logic.
It's also
I think there's actually statistics that disprove that, like men actually are usually the carriers of STD, and
That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. Dumbass bitch. I knew she was. Yes. 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 Women are most likely to. Yes. This hoe just need to shut the fuck up, cuz. Just shut the fuck up, cuz. Just shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I wish I had the statistic with me, and if you are like a sexy, hot guy, if you are asking 100 women, you might get 50 of them to say yes.
No. 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 Oh my God. What the fuck? But we gotta think. She's a black girl with a blonde light lace front on, which is a wig. So she's stupid as fuck.
So, is it necessarily the one woman who told you, yes, I'm okay with that? Is it her somehow fault, or is it the guy that's like putting his dick everywhere?
Well, that's going to be in the
He have to get access. You can't just put your dick everywhere if the bitch ain't with it, unless the nigga is doing some shit that we don't condone. So what the fuck is she talking about? It's on the woman for him. If a man have a lot of bodies, them women agree, they accepted that, like, yes, he can. Yes, I want to have sex with you. Yes, we can have sex. Like, come on. Do you not understand? Y'all have the key to that door? That is y'all person. That's y'all shit. We can't just kick that bitch down. Cause if you do, nigga, you know where you going.
Portion of accountability, right? You have to take accountability. It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
The man's asking, the woman allows him to do it, yes. But at the end of the day, you are in control of who comes in, which is why it refutes back to, a key that opens up many locks is a master key, but a lock that gets opened by many keys is a shitty lock. Like,
Again,
that's the whole
I
point.
never want to put a lollipop in my mouth that you all have just shared.
She's so stupid.
It just
Exactly. So in a sense, you would agree with us.
Where you say it takes two to tango, it does take two to tango, and it takes two irresponsible people to get an STD. So it's like,
No, it's not, because where did the person get the STD and who got the STD? That's really what matters. 9 times out of 10, if a man got an STD, he got it from a woman, unless he's, you know what, or if a woman got it, you know what, and I just proved that. And for the people that so-called women don't carry STD, yes, women are most likely to carry a transmit sexuality, transmitted diseases. If I'm saying that right, that's facts. Let me go to. This is a real website. Don't show no pussy. I don't think this shit goes all that. But yeah, we know that shit. She just dumb.
again, even though I have allowed access to someone to come in my body, right? Because I said yes, somehow like it's more meaningful to me. It doesn't make sense to, I feel like, defend somebody. Again, asked 50 women or however many women in the club that they can, and they're just trying to bag some sex for the night. I think if anything, that is way more disgusting and much more questionable behavior sexually than someone who goes, oh, I like you, I'm into you, I want to have sex with you.
It's the same fucking thing. So, bitch, just all the niggas you like, you have sex with. What the fuck? All the bitches I like, I don't have sex with. I don't try. Because I'm not trying. There's only certain women that I would get intimate with. Like, what the fuck wrong with this hoe?
You have someone who's just giving it out because they just want to get it out. Like, I think that's, in my opinion, that's grosser. Like, that's...
Most, 90% of niggas is jacking their dick off. Shit, what the fuck? These niggas ain't getting no pussy. What the fuck?
Nasty.
What's interesting about this question is we're both gonna, like, both sides are gonna argue whether somebody should or should not value something. But at the end of the day, I talk to men all the time. I get to see their perspectives. I also obviously talk to women too, and I get to see their perspectives. Like, I know men inherently value that somebody hasn't slept with somebody as much.
I
right?
said that.
It's like that. Yeah, they have a lower body count.
Women don't value a nigga that got low body count. No, y'all do not.
So whenever we're sitting here thinking about, the master key or the lock, when we're sitting here looking at those, at the end of the day, the men are going to get to determine what they value the most, and women are going to get to determine what they value the most. And when you jump into a relationship, I think it's important to be transparent about your body count, about those things. And if somebody's asking about those, it's because they value them. And it goes back to one of the first things that I talked about is, like, if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody and you're good for them, then you're going to share the same morals and values and all those other things. And I know just inherently men value that, and that's going to be something that when they jump into a relationship, they're going to want to talk about that. They're going to want to know that, 35.
They're going to want to know what type of woman they're dealing with. Some man. Especially if I find my soulmate, let's just say, if I look at it, if I want to marry this woman that I just, that I've been with, we've been through whatever, she ain't run off and fuck off on me, whatever. And I want to, see what I'm saying? She hold it down and stuff like that. Feel me? And I want to marry her. I need to know what type of woman you are before I even take that big step. I need to know. But that shit matters, bro. That shit matters. I don't want nobody out here saying your wife, your wife was was a cum bucket back in high school and all that shit. Hell nah. No, hell I'm not. I ain't dealing with that shit.
Other guys haven't been in a relationship with this
No,
person that
man,
slept
that
with
shit
them,
hurt them. They
they're
go
going to want to know that,
motherfucker.
you know, she is, I guess, more selective with that. She cares more about it, and she's saved that for something that, you know, means more to her. And it goes back to like the,
She
you know,
ain't
the number
even
of times that
listening.
you've
This
slept with
bitch
somebody
is ignorant.
diminishes what that relationship
This bitch
can
is
be.
I said that
ignorant.
earlier though. I think men have this thing of like wanting to own someone. You do not have access or own someone's past, and you could only hope
But I
that-
can sit here and if you have your past and not you specifically, but say somebody says I've slept with 35 people, I know me personally would be like, I know that I cannot marry you because that is something that is going to bother me.
Hey,
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
sorry,
that's
I'm
fine.
gonna go on
But
that.
once again, I also have a question.
For me,
Can-
that's as a guy, like I'll say this, like if I'm like, I mean, I guess because
I
I don't
fuck
care
with
as
him.
much, right? But like I'm saying, like if I find a girl, you know, like we're hanging out, we're cool, clicking, and then she's like, let's say if it goes for a month or two, then I'm like, you know, what's your body count? And like for his example, she says 35, like, I like, bro, like especially like how in her example, like she said, like if you're a female who did this like in your past, like for me, if we are here and now, I was with 35 dudes, but like that shit happened 5, 10 years ago, like, bro, who cares? Like that, like to me, that has nothing to do with right now. Like you did your shit, like yeah, like you know, but it's like you
But at the
can't.
same time, do you want to like? How would your mama feel though? Let me call my mama. Oh, don't call my mama. Let's see what she has. I'm gonna call my sister too. Like, let me see. I better get somebody like that, like real deal know what's up. Hold on, child. Yeah. These are elite motherfuckers that I'm calling game. Like, they. I don't know the answer though. I don't know.
Your call has been forwarded.
I don't know. What the fuck going on with them people? Yeah. They answer. I wish I could get somebody on the phone for y'all so they can like call like one of my grandparents. Hello? Ma, I have a question. I'm on stream right now. Huh? I'm on stream right now and I'm watching this video. So if I bring a woman, let's just say if I meet a woman. Okay. Okay. If I meet a woman and I bring her over, you know, to meet y'all and stuff, and I eventually just tell you out the blue, like she done slept with 35 men. How would you feel about that?
Get that hoe at my house.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need. You know. Love you.
Okay, love you too, boo. Bye.
That's simple, man. That fucking simple, man. See? You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, gang. Come
go
on,
in the
bro.
past and
Come
like
on.
change that shit, right? So it's like
35.
if you, to me, if I value as a woman, like you got values that like I can see
Deal with a
myself
woman
with.
like that.
That one fact that you was like crashing, like
You see what I'm saying? It's different for us. Now you tell your mama about your man having 35 bodies, slept with 35 girls. Guess what she gonna tell you? He's a man that have some type of value to himself. Women value that shit, man. Believe it or not, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Bitch, you want the ballers, the dope dealers, street niggas, all them. They got hella bodies. They running right through holes. They got 5 baby mamas and all that shit. And you still will be alright to commit to that man. Real shit. I done seen this shit plenty of times. Come on, man. That hoe is a fucking bitter, ignorant ass bitch. The typical black woman. The typical, like, low vibrational woman, gang. What?
with lots of dudes back in the day, like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, like you were a hoe back in the day.
And by the way, I do not dislike my kind of race of women. I love them more than any race of women on this planet. That's all the only women I date is black women, for real, for real. I will date outside my race. I don't got no problem with that, but if you asking me like, would you marry a black woman or another woman out your race? I will pick the black woman. But if it come down to it and I end up marrying another race, another woman from a different race, I ain't got no problem with that. As long as she's, a good individual. You see what I'm saying? Have a good heart, you know what I'm saying? Good energy around it. I ain't got no problem. You good with me?
Can't do this. Like it's like, man, like she said, people grow, people change. Like, I'm trying to look at you and value for what you bring to the table now, right? What you did 10 years ago when you were 16.
You can't bring it to your mama house.
Like, it is what it is, bro. Like,
So after hearing all of this, are you switching sides?
I don't want to say
And that's fine,
I don't
because this
want to.
is an
No, I
open
don't want to say
thing.
I'm switching sides. I'm saying ideally, I would prefer a woman who hasn't been slutty or anything. But at the same time, like, if you have the values I'm looking for, and like, even if you say you was with 100 dudes, I'd be like, kind of like, damn, But it's like, whatever, my turn now. You know what I'm saying?
With that. What? Your turn? 100 dudes? See, I was rocking with you, my nigga. Now your ass, man, fuck him. Man, fuck this nigga.
And like, we going, like,
Jeez. Well, I mean, I think where you're getting at with that is the high body count itself isn't really what matters. I think it's the why. Kind of like what you were saying, like if I was young and making stupid mistakes, young women, like you guys are all kind of at that age right now. I mean, like we're guys, especially like guys who are sociopathic, not that most guys are, but like there's a very small like percentage of guys that are very sociopathic that are just gonna use you guys for your body. And they're very prominent in the dating scene, and it's very annoying as a guy who's not that guy.
That's the type of guys they like, right or wrong, chat.
Because every girl who gets played by so many of those guys starts to think we're all the same. And so, kind of going back to the high body count thing, like the higher your body count is, most likely, yeah, if you've got a body count above like 35.
And if a nigga's doing that to you, you's a hoe.
And you're in your 20s, I doubt you've been in at least half of those as a real relationship, for one. But again, it kind of comes back to the why. Why is the body count high? It's to me, it's more of like a little like footnote, like, we'll come back to this later. But again, if I don't find that out until like a month in, at that point, I know whether or not you've healed. I know whether or not if you're Christian, you've repented,
Yeah.
I know that, okay, she's made that change in her life to where she's not going to be a problem. One thing that you kind of notice in a trend is men kind of want a woman that makes them feel special, which I kind of think is why subconsciously
Men don't want a woman that been touched. We want the brand new iPhone that ain't been touched. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the iPhone that he had, they had. We don't want that. You don't want shit like that. That every man that done touch or can had access to and shit. We don't want that.
Body count comes in, and then women kind of want a man
I would
who's
actually go celibate,
desirable
like,
amongst
go
a multitude
celibate.
of women.
Never have sex again.
Yeah, where does that come from?
I can back that up. It's pretty simple. Like 80%. So if you take 100 men in a room, right, 20 of those men are going to be sleeping with multiple women, right? If you have 100 men, 100 women, right, 20% of those men are going to be sharing that multitude of the 100 women, because 80% of those men can't even get a conversation with you in the first place. Like a lot of men lack just the probability to even communicate with you. And a lot of times, a lot of women will just disregard a man coming up to them if they're the same height as them in heels. Like it's unbelievable.
That goes back to the nice. It goes back to the nice guy.
You two have kind of already answered it, but like you two gentlemen, so I'm curious because like in my example, like you were talking about the why, right? So I would say the vast majority of my body count
Remember, she's a whore. She's a whore. So let's listen.
occurred from a teenage when I was very, very young, you know, up till 16 years old. Then around 16, I started realizing, no, this is not how I want to live.
Hell nah, she lying. 16, she's lying. I'm telling you, she's lying. 16, so you telling me 14, 15, you was just fucking. Turned 16, oh, I don't want my life to be this way. She's a liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. Because at that point, you're still in puberty. Like, you're still a horny motherfucker. You don't have no control over yourself. She's lying. I'm telling you, gang, she's lying. They just know how to hide it, bro.
My life, but that occurred because I was sexually assaulted at a very young age. We were kind of talking about.
And you still go sit up here and say you didn't want your life. Let me tell you about women that get sexual assaulted at a young age. They are addicted to sex. 100%. I'm lying. Let me know if I'm lying. Because I done dealt with plenty of women that have been touched and they that's what they love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. That's not a good thing. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't sexually assault no woman a date in my motherfucking life. Nigga, that's on my soul. And I would never do that shit. And I'm just saying, they get addicted. They addicted to sex. Probably when they get like in their 20s and shit, they start thinking differently and shit. But she's lying. There's no way. If she got sexual assaulted at an early age, there's no way for her to just stop at 16 and look at her. And hell no, because you still in puberty, man. You still going through puberty. You still like you, y'all know at that age you like, if you want some pussy or you want some dick. That's how it is, man.
Your way of getting your power back and choosing hypersexuality, choosing to heal, you know, and then trauma that I also experienced at that time, just from other things, caused that for a span of 3 years of my life, you know? So 3 years of my life from 13 to, 16 in that range, you know, I would say I slept with more people in that time than I have in my entire adult life, you know? So it's like, would that, like, if, for example, like, does that still, if the why was justifiable, I guess is my question. If the why was justifiable into, why they had a high body count, and if they have those values, because we're talking about values that, women could bring, I would say, yeah, it's valuable that there's a low body count. I think there's value in that. I can agree with that. But isn't
not with a man. That is not how women look at. Not with probably with a woman, yeah, but a woman gonna be like, you don't have the experience. You don't got enough experience. I need somebody with experience. I'm telling you this right now. I'm letting you know this shit right now. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing for you to do to just, you know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying? Protect your sex energy because that's the greatest thing you can ever conquer, man. That's the best shit you can achieve, man. That shit better than having $1 billion in your bank account, man. I swear to God it is. You have control. When you can control your sex, your sexual urge and shit, I think I'm saying that right. You don't know, nigga, you are so fucking, nigga, you's a fucking threat to society. You's a threat to your president, your government, your police officer, all that shit. They look at us like hornballs, gang. Like just wild animals. And once they meet a nigga that, let's just say, if a girl be like, she want to have sex with you, and you be like, no, what's her reaction? There you go. Okay. End of that.
Also value in self-awareness and growth and the ability to like come in and like reflect and choose to be a better person. Like to me there's more value in that. So I know you two have already kind of like talked about this, but I'm curious to see what you two would say about that.
Yeah, I think it's subjective, 100%. Because at the end of the day, like for me, yeah, if you come into a relationship and you're like, my body count's 10, I'm not even looking your direction. You are literally like, I'm not even gonna reply back to you after that. Just because like it doesn't matter about the why. It's a perfect thing to talk about between men and women because this is an equal opportunity, opinion. You have to take accountability for your actions. You know, if I shoot somebody when I was 7 years old and they're not here anymore, and I'm 27 years old, I'm like, hey, I've changed, but you're still gonna look at my past and be like, wow, he still killed somebody, like.
We can still take accountability and change the behavior. That's also,
I had
people should
something
be
I
held to
also
that.
wanted to say. Okay, have y'all experienced post-nut clarity?
Yes.
Yeah, we're men.
Yeah.
I would say it's real.
That's a man.
Me personally, no, just because like anybody that I'm with I'm in a serious relationship with. So.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even on the hub, Y'all experienced
No.
that?
What's that one?
She's talking about.
I know.
Bro,
It's talking about corn.
Sorry, my mom might watch this. I gotta be stupid there.
because I think most women, specifically, most women usually aren't just sleeping with people just to sleep with them. If we talk about satisfaction in bed, most women aren't.
The fuck is you talking about? You bitches will look at a nigga outfit and be ready to get naked. Man, watch out. You look at a nigga pants and see that he got on Balmain jeans, Michael Marys, and you ready to fuck him. Bottegas, you be ready to fuck him. This is how you women operate. Like, what the fuck? Like, only thing a nigga gotta have is materialistic shit that's actually like so-called real, like a chain watch, diamonds, golds or something. You gonna be ready to have sex with that man if he look good to you. That's you.
Even having fun. If you look at the statistics, most women aren't orgasming during sex. And I know personally, every person I've
Fucking
slept with was someone that I thought I was going to be in a relationship with. And like you were saying earlier, there are a lot of guys in the dating market who will proposition you. They know that you only want a relationship. They'll court you. And then once they get the sex from you, they dip. So was it my fault for like
yes.
sleeping with so many guys, or was it like, oh, I actually tried to save myself for someone good, and I tried to I didn't sleep with just anybody. I slept with this person and I thought we were forming a relationship with each other.
She's a dumb bitch. She just get dumb. The more she talks, she just get dumber and dumber and dumber. It might be this fucking wig, gang. Bitch got dog bones clips in her hair. And you was a grown ass woman. Chill out, gang. This shit ridiculous. She's stupid. Like, no, actually, like, this shit not even, it's funny, but it's not funny. Like, she have a mental problem. Like, there's something wrong with her. Like, what? It's something wrong with her. It's something wrong with her. There's something wrong with this woman.
Other, only to find out I was being played. It was the game. It was, I was being manipulated into giving my body up, knowing, and the person, I always let them know, like, if you don't want a relationship with me, stay far away from me. I don't want to just have sex with anybody. That's not what I'm here to do. You have.
And you still and you still have sex with them. You still have sex with them though. It's your fault. You fucking idiot. It's your fault. Fuck be wrong with these hoes, man.
Have to take accountability for that. Where's the accountability for men? Because this is something that I constantly hear men talk about. They talk about it's the love of the game, and it's the it's the game, it's the game, and it's
Well,
like
women create the game though. It's like
Who
you guys
creates
are
the game?
It
women
takes
do.
two to tango,
No,
though.
it does.
Women
It
might
does.
be the
What
playmakers.
game?
Well, no. So I'll rebuttal back off this. You're presenting that. Where's the accountability? The accountability is like we're in a society that says having sex openly, whenever you want is okay. You have full control to wait till marriage. That's up to you. So if you don't wait till marriage because you got manipulated and that's on you, that's on you.
That's
right?
okay. I'm also not looking for a religious man either. So that's fine. That's fine.
But-
Do you see? She's fucking stupid. What the fuck? Bitch, this is why I said, this is why I said she's stupid. She's a dumbass woman. You can't, I know what the fuck I be talking about, gang. Y'all gonna give me my motherfucking respect when it come down to this shit, gang. Y'all gonna give me my fucking respect, gang. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all can keep sleeping. I mean, all y'all want to. Y'all go eventually wake up and be like, this nigga be on to something. Cause I know, gang. I come from these type of environment, gang. Nigga, I grew up in a house full of women. More women than men in that bitch. Facts. It's facts. Nigga, I know how they operate. This bitch put on a fucking ad. She just saying anything. Like, she just saying shit. She ain't even thinking about what she's saying. And she trying to, like, argue. You can tell she want to argue. These niggas is, like, Lana know. Like, it's your fault.
You don't have
I get
to,
it, you're
but
religious.
you don't have to be religious.
No, but I get it. The whole like waiting to have sex till marriage, like that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, you gotta test drive the
But
car.
also, if we look at Gen Z statistics, we're having less sex than a lot of previous generations.
Duh, the fuck? Watch out. Shit.
I see a lot of people where it's like they're
And
sitting
that's
there
a lie, too.
and they're courting for 7-8 months, and then after they crack, that's it. That's
Yeah.
the end of it.
That's what we're saying is that the crack is the problem. Is if you're allowing yourself to sit here and introduce a sexual relationship too early, that's what, like a lot of you guys have said, is the complication. That's the problem. Every time that the sexual intimacy is introduced, that's the problem. That's what's causing all these issues within the relationship. Then cut that out, save that, and see what happens when you don't do that. And that's
I think the thing that is wrong is your perspective on women.
Yeah.
So you
Shut your dumb ass up, you fucking idiot. Shut up. I hate both of these dumb assholes, gang. These hoes are stupid as fuck. What are they talking about? What the fuck? Where do that even come from? And she just said she be like, niggas be finessing her out of her body, and bitch, just don't do it until you find the right man. A nigga that won't fuck you on the first night. Why'd you having sex on the first night? Why'd you having sex early with a nigga if you want a real relationship? And then sometimes you can have sex on the first night and have the best relationship in the world. I know a lot of people that done did that.
I feel that is the woman's fault if the man also wants to crack.
No, I'm saying the man shouldn't either. I think it's both ways. I think the man should definitely not want to do that either, because the minute I do it too, you're going to introduce that complication, and that's why if you are going to want a serious relationship with somebody, and you've had all these serious relationships that ended badly because sexual intimacy was introduced too early, then maybe that'd be something that, hey, I cut that out this time and see how that relationship goes.
Can I ask you this real quick on that? Have you ever gone and bought a car, you never test drove it or nothing, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, here's the car, here's the keys, and you sign right away. You didn't do nothing, you didn't look at it, you know what I'm saying? You didn't take it around on the highway, none of that. You didn't pop the hood, none of
But a
that.
car and a woman are incomparable. That's
But it's
born
like,
here.
I mean,
don't really work. It's like
Dating
He have that was a good astrology. This nigga right here is a fucking sucker. That's how you look at it. You don't buy a car without test driving that motherfucker, man. The fuck? But I wouldn't do that with a woman like nowadays. I used to be on that type of time, but I would not do that like today. I don't want to give my body to nobody like that. Like, I don't want to just have sex. That's why I'm going to stay single and focus on myself. You know what I'm saying? Keep my set. Like I said, sex energy play a big part with your life. That shit play a huge part. And we need to start realizing that shit. That's why you fucked up. You ain't getting nowhere in life because you don't know what you're doing. You either wasting your sex energy on yourself or you wasting your sex energy with low vibrational women that cannot benefit you spiritually, gang. She cannot do shit with you. She's traumatized. She's hurt. Women are hurt. Most women is hurt, depressed, going through a whole bunch of bullshit. They stressing themselves out. All type of shit. They can't leave their baby daddy alone. Can't leave their ex alone. It's a whole bunch of shit going on that you niggas don't even know about. Some niggas will be like, I don't believe she still mess with her ex or her baby dad. Nigga, she do. Even though she's claimed on so-called, she claims she hate him. And nigga hit her up right now. I'm trying to, she gotta do it.
dating apps are not for dating. I'll start by bringing everyone that agrees now. Why are dating apps not for dating? I mean, it's in the name. Why do you guys agree they're not?
I feel like maybe that's the intended purpose. Like you're coming on here to look for somebody to date, but at the end of the day, like you guys said, it's window shopping. Like you're sitting there window shopping for who do you want, and I think it's just based off like just face value attraction to the point where it's like, and I'm not gonna lie, like the only time I'm very young, but the only time that I've ever been on a dating app, it's just, damn, mom, let me just get in there. I'm like, oh yeah, like delete, like on some real stuff. Like it's not.
That's whoever saying some shit like that nigga is a wild motherfucker. That nigga shot that bitch from out of bounds. He didn't take the ball out. He just threw that bitch. He threw that bitch from outside the stadium, hoping to make the shot. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Maybe that's what it was made for, but is that its intended purpose now? I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. And this is a hard one for me because I agree and disagree with it because, yes, the intent and purpose is for dating, is to meet people and all of that. And I do think there's a lot of people, like myself included, if I download an app, that is what I'm looking for, you know? And so I do think there is...
You know how stupid she is? You know, with the body counts don't matter. I just thought about this shit. She disagreed with it and she came back and sat down and said, body counts. Body counts don't matter. Oh God, that shit just hit me, though. That shit just hit me. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, Samantha, get this shit together, baby. Get this shit together. Cause you all the way fucked up. Hey, y'all, but that shit just hit me right then and there. Because you agreed with this, but you ain't disagree. But when you came and but you disagree with the other. And when you came and sat down, you contradicted yourself. I think I'm saying that right. You did. Yeah, that's exactly what she did. Bro, what the fuck? And I'm not on the man side or nothing like that, but that's in the man nature. A man can be a womanizer. It's in our nature to have multiple women. It's our desire. That shit is something that we want. What is, that's something that a man will enjoy. You know? It would. I forgot. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. I should have said it. It could come back. I forgot.
A lot of people that still hold that value. But I do feel like the more that I've been on the apps, the more that I've interacted with people, my personal experiences from it, I think the intention is kind of shifted because, like what you were saying, like I can match with somebody immediately, like drop me your Snapchat. I drop the Snapchat and I get dirty pictures immediately, or I get, like it's, so there's people, yes, who do have that intention to date and get to know people. I would agree. There is that out there. But there is a vast, 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 vast majority of people that are...
Well, that was you, D. I was trying to get in court with you, gang. I was trying to get in court with you, brother. But you had got off. Man, I kind of felt that shit. Straight. We could... Whenever... I feel you. I get you. 100%. I'm already knowing. But... it set some shit up, whatever, you do it. I'm with you, bro.
Really are just looking to hook up, or...
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this video right here, D-Mill, if you watch this shit, bro, you go see. I'm off Wednesday and Thursday, we can get... All right, bet. Yeah, that's good.
If it's not just to hook up, looking just for a little bit of external validation. Like, it's not even just to date.
Single women versus single man who has it harder in dating. You need to react to this shit. You need to post this shit. Nigga, when you see this shit, you gonna be like, what? Whoa, this bitch right here, she's a hypocrite. 100%.
Or like actually build something meaningful. It's just to find someone that they can talk to for a little bit to fill a void for them rather than like actual deep connection.
Yeah, I think for women, the dating app is for dating. I think for men, it is just a way for more women to get attention. And I can statistically back it up, specifically speaking on Tinder. It's, I think 80% of users on Tinder are men versus the other 20% are women. And like I said, you talk about the probabilities of it, like we said earlier, the window shopping. I would agree it's probably window shopping for men, but for women, it's just the validation. It's getting the likes, getting the swipes, seeing the number at the bottom of the screen just build up and you're like, wow, I do have value in this society, and multiple men think I'm attractive.
Oh yeah, Florida, when I get my equipment, like my travel equipment and shit, I'm gonna come in Florida and wherever you at and get some content with you and shit. We're gonna run some shit up. Give you free and shit. I'm gonna try to do that shit. I'm gonna try. Soon I get my car and shit, that's when I'm be on the road a lot, like doing content and shit.
And at the end of the day too, you could take it a step further, and because of that, because more women, obtain that attention, because majority of the men on Tinder don't get that attention. They're probably getting maybe 5 to 10 swipes maybe, and it's on somebody that they probably think is not attractive in any way, shape, or form. I mean, realistically speaking. So yeah, I think for women it's a dating app. I think for men it's absolutely not. And I think, in that perspective, that's it.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's a dating app. So like I've used it, right? Used Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, all that. I have had relationships from it, that was cool and all, but no, I mean, I feel like a lot of times if I download, I'm just trying to, I like to just look at it. I mean, like, I feel like finding a relationship would be nice, at least for me, haven't had.
You're not gonna find a fucking relationship on a damn dating app. Man, watch out. Man, so dumb ass out there again. Take your bitch ass outside.
The best luck, and I just feel like sometimes it's cool to just go on there and look, just be swiping through. But yeah, I don't think it's for dating at all. Like,
I mean, yeah, to kind of build off. I mean, you say dating apps are not for dating. Yes, it's in the name, but I think there's like the factual truth, and then I think there's like the objective truth, right? The objective truth is what's actually happening on those apps. People are just looking to hook up, and I think I have kind of a unique experience because I've been single now for just over a year, and the last year I kind of waited a little while to get into the dating apps, and then I started to notice something had changed in the 5 years I'd been off the market. And so I really started diving deep, and I was like, I'm gonna do this huge thing where I'm gonna go through all the major dating apps and figure out like what's going on here. And it is way worse sometimes than just hooking up. The amount of women I see plugging like their certain links all the time, it is ridiculous. Because they're like, oh, follow me here. And then you go follow there, and it's like, oh, come look at me here and chat with me here. And it's, dang, another one. And so many of them are bots too.
It's just too many hoops you gotta, like, they be doing to Cash App and shit. Like, bitch, why the fuck you got your Cash App, your Zelle and shit, PayPal and shit like that, and your dating app bio? Like, what the fuck is you on? That's weird. I blocked
Which is
them
crazy.
every time I see that shit.
And it's just, it's gotten to the point where like, do I have a couple dating apps right now? Yeah, but I'm actually just having fun right now. Like literally the theme on my Hinge is I like banana bread. Like everything is banana bread related. Just because it was like, you know what, I'm trying to find a soulmate now, you know? Someone who gets my sense of humor.
So back to the Tinder study. So they do like $1.9 billion annually. And out of that, obviously, like I had stated before, men predominantly are the users on Tinder, and half of the men on Tinder actually purchase the gold subscriptions to be seen more in the dating market so they could get more matches, and it ends up backfiring, and it's just a waste of money.
Full tinfoil hat, it's not for dating, it's to make money.
Fact.
It's a massive market now. It's just to get money out of men.
And at that point, let's bring up everyone that disagreed.
So I actually kind of changed my opinion while they were talking, saying that was the original intention, but it kind of got misconstrued along the way. I think I've downloaded Hinge, and I keep deleting it after like 24 hours. So that's why I get the intentions, but the people on there just aren't for me. I like the in-person conversations. I work like 60 hours a week. I don't have time to go out to a bar or a club.
By the way, you make time for what you want. And I'm trying to hear that shit. I'm sorry, but ain't nobody buying that shit. Ain't no real man go buy that shit or nothing. Because at the end of the day, you make time for what you want. Same thing with a bitch. So you make time for who and what you want. Right or wrong, child. Come on, man. It's just so stupid.
Club and talk to people the old-fashioned way, and that is kind of sucks with that. But online dating isn't really much better at this point.
I think online dating is what you make it. So like there are so many different things that you can do to switch up your Tinder profile. If you're actually looking for someone that's dating, they'll usually have it in their bio.
Like I said, this bitch is stupid as fuck. She's a dumb ass. The bitch is a fucking airhead. She's fucking idiotic, bro. She don't have it all. She don't use her brain. She don't think. She don't know what the fuck she talking about, bro. Oh my God, this is crazy. This shit is insane. Imani, that's how you say Imani? Iman, however you say your name. There's something wrong with you, woman. Fuck you mean you make it to you. Yeah, I think they. How can you make it that way and a woman is just trying to use you? Like, what? What are you saying? And the woman that you do get swiped on, like bro said, them bitches don't be attractive. I'm gonna be honest, they don't be hitting on nothing. Now, me, when I get on dating apps, I get some decent women. But I don't do dating apps no more. I've been started that shit. I will meet a woman at Walmart, Target, or a gas station, or out at the park and shit like that, at events and shit like that. Feel me? You can't too much do that online shit, man. Cause you don't even know the motherfucker catfish and all that. It's too much.
Oh, I'm looking for something long-term, or I'm looking for something short-term, or I'm just looking for some fun. I think it's like, I think dating apps, I mean, I don't know what y'all consider dating, but like, I think dating apps are used for dating, and they are used for
What dating app is she using, gang? What is she using? What world is she in that she can't be using the same shit that we use?
But I think to an extent, as a woman who I've used dating apps, I feel like most men that go on dating apps don't try. So like what I mean is like I usually see a guy, he got those like Fisher goggles on or whatever, in half of his pictures, or half of his pictures, his head is turned to the side. I mean, I've literally seen guys that I've swiped no on because they took pictures that were so awful. But when I seen them in person, I would have been like, oh, you're actually way more attracted than the way that you presented yourself on. I've had 2 different occasions where I swiped no on someone, seen them in person, and I was like, oh, you just can't take a photo to save your life. Like, it was just like, oh, you only got like funny photos, goofy photos, you're wearing a night hat, you got glasses on, you know, or you're showing your Bugatti in the back or something, but it's like, I can't actually see your face. And if
Bugatti, bitch, who is you what type of nigga is she fucking with? Who is she fucking with? A nigga with a Bugatti on a dating app? Watch the fuck out. Man, watch out, man. Watch out, man. Beat it, man. Go on somewhere. See what I'm saying? Dumb shit. Ain't no nigga with a Bugatti on no dating app. Fuck no. He don't gotta do that. He don't gotta do that. A Bugatti, if I got a Bugatti and you think I'm gonna get on a dating app, nigga, you're crazy.
I do see your face, it's at a terrible angle, you're purposely trying, like I've seen it a lot where guys will literally purposely go out of their way to give themselves double chins because I guess they think it's funny, but like if we're going off looks, like put your baddest photos on the floor, and most guys, from what I've seen, they put like the most photos on their profile. So that's just my advice, and that's also how I feel.
Photos too.
I have something to add.
They showing, she's so stupid. This is what I say. Again, I'm gonna go back to it. This is why she a dumb bitch. They expressing their personality through their photos. Dumbass hoe. What the fuck? She's so fucking stupid. I swear to God. She's stupid. Like, if you see a nigga take a goofy photo, he's a, you know what I'm saying? He's funny. He's goofy. Not in a bad way. That's a part of his personality. Like, this is what I say. She's dumb as fuck. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Because of that, I've had that come up. In fact, I've actually had that.
You can express your personality through a fucking photo. What the fuck? Fuck is you talking about?
Exact story. You know, I would never have swiped right on you if I didn't know you in person because your profile makes you look way worse. Yes. I was like, ow, all right, cool. But she didn't even say I looked better. She just said I'm actually funny in person. So I was like, all right, so I'm ugly. I get it. But to that point, you're saying put your baddest photos. Guys don't take photos a lot. Like, how many times, like you said you're in the Army, right? How many group photos did you take with your like fire team, your squad?
The last one when I retired.
Exactly. I was like we don't hardly take group photos. Like, I see so many photos of women in the group. I see so many photos. It's because I think with the way social media is, women take a lot more photos than guys take photos. Like, if I take photos of myself and I'm at work, like if I'm Snapchatting with my boys. So of course I'm gonna be doing double chin. Of course I'm gonna be making fun of something.
That's a skill issue, because I'm not gonna lie.
It is a skill issue.
I heard a lot of complaints about like, oh, men not getting, you know, access to women, but it's also like, if you know you're gonna be window shopping, you're gonna be window shopped for, why would you ever put a picture that you took on a toaster, like, and put it on for people to see? Like,
because it goes back to what I said before. The majority of the men actually do try when they actually get on dating apps, and what ends up happening is they never get swiped on.
I can pull up Tinder right now, I promise you.
But an exception.
They're not trying for those.
Because they expressing their personality through their photos. Something that you don't do. You just try to be like this gorgeous, finest woman in the world. Like, come on, baby. Shut your dumb ass up. Gotta have some type of humor with your photos. It worked. I guarantee you them niggas done got some pussy off them photos. Facts. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
Oh,
I
no.
got
I've seen
money
guys,
on
like
it.
multiple guys, who will literally take 6 pictures in the same day, in the same mirror, you know, switch up the pose. And I'm like, you literally didn't try at all. Like, a lot of guys, that's actually what I find. I usually find that I'm swiping no, because I'm like, half the time I can't either see
Why
the
should they have to try? If you for that person, they don't gotta try nothing. What's the point of trying if you actually want to get to know me and be with me? What I gotta try for? You shouldn't have to try if 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 the shoe flip. You shouldn't have to try. We should be on the same page. Like, we should already know what it is. That's how I look at it, bro.
guy's face. That's a lot of guys will hit you up on social media. Every picture on social media, they've got their hand in their
See
face.
y'all's perspective on this, because
Question.
guys' profiles are horrible.
Did you get to speak yet?
Yeah, I didn't get to.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say it seems like it's unanimous that there's two truths at the same time. Like, one is it is used for hookup culture, and two, it is used for, you know, trying to date and marry and all those other things. The thing that I see that's so interesting is as just kind of a hobby that I've always done is I've DJ'd weddings, done hundreds of them, and one of the things that I do is I sit down with the couple. I have a pretty long conversation where I am asking them, you know, how'd you meet? How is your, like, just get dynamic on the relationship, because it's my job while I'm there emceeing the wedding to make sure, you know, I'm making it personal and I'm making sure that they're having fun, all those other things. So I ask all the time, like, how'd you guys meet? What's that story look like? So you would be so shocked at how many people meet on social medias. Like, it's unbelievable. It's more often than not. And so when you sit here and you think, okay, you know, it's just used for hookup culture, it's just bad, it's just all these things, like, I agree, there's a lot of that on there, 100%. Like, and there's no hiding it. And that's why you said when you set preferences, you can see just at face value if somebody is not looking to hook up. You know, if someone's short-term relationship, we know, okay, that's obviously they're not looking for marriage. Someone puts a long-term relationship and all these other things and values and stuff that they put on there, we know what they're going for. So, like, the certain people are gonna find their niche of, hey, this is the group that's looking for the same thing I am, so this is who I'm gonna pursue. But the same thing can exist at the same time where there's also this hookup culture around it. And you see that all the time. So it's like it diminishes what is that app actually used for. So the social norm is like, oh, you use dating apps and all this other stuff. Like, so it is thought of negatively, but go back to, like, our generation, we drink less. We go out and party less. We, you know, aren't these super, like, social creatures in the sense that we used to be, like, drinking alcohol and being in all those different settings. And because that's not true anymore, these dating apps have become more prevalent. But then we also put these negative stigmas on the dating apps. But I get to see a lot
I ain't gonna lie, spring, summertime, that's the best time to get on the dating app. Nigga, you go get so many bitches. Yeah, I think you're lying, fool. I'm dead the fuck serious.
of times the good side that comes from it too. So it's just making sure that your heart posture is in the right spot for what you want it for. If you wanted to use it for hookup culture and all those other things, you're going to do that. And then if you're using it to, you want to date somebody, make that very prevalent and known in the conversations that you're having with those people. I don't get to see the women's perspective on what men's profiles look like. I bet they're hilarious though.
Can I share what I just saw? Literally 2 days ago, a man posted a picture and he's literally sitting on the toilet. And, like, you can see hands on the ankles, like, everything.
Bros, like,
I'm gonna attempt to do something
That
real,
nigga, I don't know where he
and it just depends on how much you guys want to participate. The question is that I want to ask everybody.
But that could be true.
Why do you think you're single? And if it's just because you're not looking for anything, then that's all you have to say. But if you are looking for something and you have the courage to say that you are, even though you haven't found it yet, that would be kind of cool. This probably is going to come out on Valentine's Day if we did everything right. That being said, if you haven't paid attention yet, if you want to learn how to find someone and you're single right now, both sides have pretty much laid down exactly what the opposite sex thinks. So you could take this, and counterpoint could be the result of your future happy relationship. So with that being said, is anybody comfortable with that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, why do you think you're single?
I think I'm single. One, I was very career focused for a long time, but now that I have built that, I've been learning how to kind of manage my time better. And
She's so fucking dumb. She just said she was too busy. She be too busy. Which one is it? Did you manage it or you too busy? What is it, gang? Like, what is she? See what I'm saying, cuz?
I haven't had the
But
opportunity
it's the man fault, though. It's we the problem. Like, bitch, you's a liar.
to give that a chance, but I think managing my time has been a real focus in this healing year that I've been doing. But also, I have really weird hobbies. My house is very like Victorian type of style. I work at a thrift store. I have very odd furniture. I have taxidermy with like hats.
What do that matter? Oh, what do that matter? That's not what we want to hear. Get off track. The train is falling off the fucking track, bitch. What you saying?
So I will say have weird hobbies.
First things first, I think I'm single because I live in the Midwest, I'm Black, I'm opinionated, I'm a lot of things that like I think a lot of men right now don't want, but I don't also only date men. I think the reason I'm single is also because I've actively like made sure not to put myself out there really this last year or so after being in like such a terrible situationship. I was just like, I actually don't care to seek out love, whatever.
Shut up. Please shut the fuck up. Because you wouldn't be on this show talking about dating if you didn't give a fuck about this shit. Like, bro, you see what I'm saying?
Will come to me, and then I'll put it on the chopping block for whether or not it's for me or whether or not it is, like is or isn't. But yeah, I think there's a lot of factors. Again, Black in the Midwest, opinionated, loud, argumentative. I think I'm just like a lot of things that the dating market rejects right now, and I'm okay with that.
I think that I'm still single because I'm not settling. I know what I need from a person, and I know what
You's a slut. Of course you're not settling.
what I want from a person, and so I'm not going to get into any type of relationship just to fill a void or a need or whatever. So they have to meet my needs, and I think
Meet your needs? Why can't y'all just come to a equal agreement? Like, why is somebody got to meet your need? Why it can't be equal?
I've been divorced now for 2 years. I think a good chunk of that time was intentionally being single, of just really trying to like be myself. So now as I've like started to get myself out there, now that I've learned what I need,
She
what
was married. I wonder why it ended.
What I want for my life, what I want for my daughter's life as well too.
I'm nosy now.
I know more of what I want. So I think it's, for me, the hardest thing of the needs to me. So if y'all are listening to this and want a tip of what is important, I think it's emotional vulnerability and emotional availability is a big thing. I think it's really hard for me as a very emotionally intelligent person to connect with people. A lot of people aren't able to connect on that depth level intimately, like emotional intimacy. And so that is, I think, what's kind of has been lacking. That's made it hard for me, at least, to find that person, because I'd say that's just such a core need. But essentially, I'm not settling, and I'm just, gonna wait for the right
You
person.
don't need to settle. I see why you're not settling. You've been married. Gang. Like, you've been married. You don't need to do this no more. You just need to focus on yourself, heal, and become your higher self. That's it. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I'm still going what I said and shit. I stand on what I said. You one of them. You one of them. For real, you is.
I don't think I know that I'm single because truly at heart I'm the problem. I took a lot of the defensive coping mechanisms from my last relationship and I start to throw them onto other people. So truly, like, you don't really want to be with me, honestly. And then when you think about it, like where I'm at right now at LSU, the dating market is like trash. Like, it's kind of just like, excuse my French, but it's a little slutty. So it's just like I don't want anybody. In the same sense that you said you don't want to settle, I don't want to settle for somebody that's dating me and the girl down the hall. I don't want to settle for somebody that I see you at a party or I see you at the club and you were 16 different girls. Like, one, I know I'm the problem, so.
Stop going after the fucking superstar athlete, dumbass woman. Find a man that don't do that. It's not that hard. Y'all do it to yourself, man, at this point. I don't feel sorry for y'all.
If you do that, I'm going to be toxic in return, so why would I put myself in that situation?
The man get on this bitch telling some bro, nigga, find different women that's not like that, gang. That's all you gotta do. Or you know what you need to do? Time out. Take a break. Focus on you. Put yourself first. Work on you. So whatever you want will come to you, gang. That's all y'all gotta do. It's not that hard. Y'all don't want to do it because it take time.
And yeah, I just, unfortunately, I can take accountability to say that I'm the problem and I'm going to ruin it for you.
I'd say I'm probably single, definitely out of choice. I mean, definitely, like you've been saying, the theme is kind of going along, not wanting to settle is definitely part of it. Also, I work a lot. I mean, I work overtime almost every week. I mean, last summer, I think I averaged probably a minimum of 70 hours a week, plus going to the gym. I'm there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is where I spend most of my time not at home or work, is at the gym. And I'll be honest, definitely not approachable at the gym because I look angry when I'm working out. I don't know what it is. It's just how it is. So I'd say it's a lot of time is a big one. And then just, I don't really want to settle for somebody who doesn't, match just a couple of things that I need for a good relationship.
I'm single because I met a girl in 2019 and we've been on and off since, but like, I don't know, like if anyone is ever.
I ain't gonna lie, another thing about that, bro, you need to get rid of that shit. That off and on shit, once she disappear and she come back, just tell her, I don't want to deal with you.
Been like the one or something like that, people always saying they felt that like, to me it's her, and like me and her always end up coming back together. Like if you do any spirituality stuff like twin flame shit, that like, that's where I feel she is. So it kind of comes down to like I've met girls, right, that I feel like it's good to me. They have values and shit, but it's like, they not her. And so then it's just, I always end up just cutting it, right? I mean, like me and her, like we back on our own phase, like we've been hanging out since like October. So who knows, but like, I guess it's just like, because like I choose to go back to it, and I don't necessarily like think that's a bad thing per se, but like, I don't know, I guess, yeah. So I'm single because like, I just choose to like wait for her essentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would just say that, I guess I grew up Catholic, something that I was in the church, all these other things. I didn't have a real relationship with God, didn't really read the Bible or understand a lot of it. And then after college.
God ain't never read the Bible, man. Get your dumb ass on.
Really, these last like 4 years or so, I've grown a lot in my faith, and I've learned a lot more about my values and what I can allow, what I can't allow in a relationship, what's a non-negotiable and what isn't negotiable. And some of the things that I was passive about or was like, okay, I don't love that, but it is what it is. I've changed that perspective now. And so I'm a lot more selective, a lot more intentional about what it is that I'm looking for. I've had past relationships where there's been, I guess, what I would consider a red flag now that I was like, okay, it is what it is. I'll deal with it. And now it's like, well, now I know I don't want that. So that would be a huge reason, and then just making sure that that person has the same morals and values and all those other things. So
the reason I asked you guys to do that is because 100% at some point during the time of this video being on YouTube, there's gonna be somebody that watches it, and whether you believe it or not, they're gonna be somebody that would be willing to love you with everything you just said. So in the spirit of love, Valentine's Day, this has been another.
Man, first of all, the women are hurt and the men are focusing on themselves. Well, ain't nobody looking to love these people, man. They gotta love these. You gotta love yourself first in order for you to love somebody else. And that's just the hard, cold motherfucking truth. I love y'all boys. Y'all boys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do that for me.